Hey everybody, welcome to All Things Small Business. My name is Denise Smith and I'm broadcasting live a special edition of All Things Small Business here at the Staybridge Suites in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. I'm live at the Bi-County Business Roundtable Wind Down Thursday networking event. So if you're not here, you need to come on down. But in the meantime, I've got some great guests. We're going to be talking about my two favorite subjects, and they all deal with eating. So go tell a friend, tune in, and join the conversation. Welcome back. It's All Things Small Business. I'm Denise Smith here at the Staybridge Suites in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. And my first guest, so I said we were going to be talking about two of my favorite subjects. It's food and dessert. I can't think of anything better. And so, which is why my first guest is the owner of a new restaurant down in Camp Springs, Maryland. His name is Biagio Cepollaro, and he is with Via Roma in Maryland, in Camp Springs, Maryland. I'm going to bring him up right now. Hello.
Hi, Denise.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for joining me. I had the honor and pleasure of coming to your establishment, I guess a week ago?
It was, 10 days ago.
And let me just tell you, the food is delicious. I'm just going to say that. I try to stick to low carb diets oftentimes. So it's not very often that I find myself at a Italian restaurant, but it was well worth jumping off the bandwagon. Okay.
Thank you.
Say that. So can you just tell me a little bit about Via Roma? Because I had never even heard of your restaurant before.
So Via Roma is a project that was born in 2020, before the pandemic. At that time, I was working for another restaurant in Washington, D.C., and I was approached by a great gentleman by the name of Peter Schwartz, which was developing some project in Camp Springs. And he told me about this idea of having an Italian operator in his new mall, and he liked what I was doing at the time, and he said, "Why don't you do it?" And at that point, I said, "Why not?" 13 years ago, I opened my first restaurant in Rockville, Maryland, in Montgomery County, and that was another opportunity for me to open another restaurant. And this time it was in Prince George County, which I love. I've been working there for the past 6 years in National Harbor. I was running a restaurant in National Harbor. I was director of operations, so I'm very familiar with all things by Prince George County. And when the opportunity came, I didn't say no. So here we go. We started the event.
Okay, so just make sure I heard you correctly, because I have a lot of noise around me. This is your first restaurant that you've owned, or there's another?
Second.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so that's got to be. I know the restaurant business is it can be a challenging industry, right?
It is, especially now after the last year, and having a lot of people uh, well, majority of the people in hospitality were staying home, including me. And a lot of people, when it was time to come back, they exit the industry. So because it's such a grueling job with long hours, a lot of standing up and a lot of pressure, I think this pandemic made a lot of people think that it was time to change industry. But at the end, definitely, I still love the hospitality, and we still decided to went full on with opening the restaurant. The project started in 2020. We started the job, the work in September. And by January, construction was done and we were ready to open. And it was very challenging because we were still in the middle of a pandemic. We were in a brand new development, and I'm still the only restaurant open in Camp Spring in that particular area.
Yes.
Remember, it was snowing, there were long hours, but that didn't stop me to open and be the first one in Camp Spring.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I've been to that location, and you're right. You are the only establishment really open in that whole shopping center. But I expect great big things from that location with that new government building that was built over there. How much of an impact do you think when and how difficult? First of all, how difficult is it when you're moving into a new location and you're the first one, and we're coming out of a pandemic?
So I'll be honest with you. I was going in. I didn't know what to expect, but the living community of Camp Spring was waiting for us, and instantly loved us. They were waiting for something to open for the past, I don't know, 10 years. And then when we brought Via Roma to them, they fell in love with us. So that made the process really enjoyable.
Okay.
The community love us. Now we're waiting that the building will open, the building next door. Not sure if you're still there, but I will go anyhow. And the building next door probably open by June, and we're waiting those federal workers to come back, and we can make sure they can be fed for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So that with the living community, we will have the working community in PG County. In Camp Spring, that we would be proud to serve.
So, okay, what does it take to open up a restaurant, and let alone two, and
Yeah.
money too? Okay, so
Well, the first thing that
don't
it
forget to
takes,
add that into your answer.
yeah, the first thing that it takes, it's a supporting family, a wife and kids that support what you're doing. Because if you work 12 hours a day, you work every day, and if you don't have a strong family that supports and loves what you do, that will be the first big obstacle. And I'm lucky enough to have a wife and two kids. They always support me, and no matter how far away or how long I've been away from home, they still support me and my new adventure. That's the first thing that it is. The second thing
Yes.
is a lot of commitment. It's like when a new baby is born. The new baby constantly needs you. It needs you at night, it needs you during the morning, and it needs you to do a lot of things. And that's what I say, a restaurant, it's a baby. A baby that constantly needs supervision, and baby that constantly needs you to be right next to it. But I see you having some dessert.
I'm at a reception.
So yeah, commitment, and don't be scared to work long hours. Actually, since we opened February 15, yesterday was the first day that I took off. So about 90 days working straight, making sure that everything is all right.
Yeah. I feel you on the whole family support thing. You can't do anything in this life if you don't have the support of whomever is at home, right?
Correct.
But opening up a restaurant is I gotta how much planning goes into that?
Well, you can do all the planning you wanted. The problem is when you start put that plan and turn that into reality, that's when the real life hits. So there's always something that can go sideways. There's always something unexpected. The very good thing about planning that you need to have some room for unexpected things. So planning, it's not the biggest thing. It's turning those blueprint into something really real. That's the biggest challenge.
What about support from the local community? So, I mean, because I hear all the time, one of the biggest challenges that especially small businesses face is lack of access to capital. Have you been able to take advantage of any of the resources in Prince George's County, since your business is here in Prince George's County? They've got a lot of services, programs. I mean, even loan programs, grants, and then also, have you, in terms of being impacted by the pandemic, did you have to take? Were you able to apply for the PPP program? Because in times like these, as business owners, we're paying taxes and we're helping our community. And so the government and jurisdictions tend to develop programs to help them. At least, one would think that that's what should happen. So have you been able to take advantage of anything like that?
So I didn't take advantage of any PPP program, but I am applying for the Restaurant Relief Act that the federal government put in place. And that's for the only reason I'm doing that, because we were expecting a little bit more business, but being the building across the street vacant, that's a pretty significant chunk of our business. So that's the relief I'm asking to go through the next 3-4 months. So when the building across the street will open, we should be in absolute good shape. But PG County has been very supportive of us in the process with the permitting and everything. So I can't thank enough PG County for their women and men in their government helping me open it up.
What advice do you have for entrepreneurs who are thinking about jumping out there, stepping out on faith, and just opening up that restaurant or any business for that matter? But specifically, I mean, the food and beverage is, it's so customer service, oriented, and it's that industry where customer service can make or break you, right? So what advice do you have for someone who's thinking about going in that industry, going in that direction?
So granted that you have a great product and your service is great as well, there's two things that I always say. First, it's the basic one: pick your location right. The location can make it or break it. That's the first thing. I say location. It's very important. And the second thing that I say, you did your business plan, you found the capital, you're building. Stay true to yourself. Stay true to yourself. Believe in yourself. Don't listen to people that want to change your idea or change your concept. Just make sure that you stay true to yourself and work hard, and the results will come easily.
Can you tell me about one challenge that you had to face in your business that you were able to successfully, overcome and come out on the other side, and you're okay?
So I think at the beginning, the labor was the biggest challenge. Find qualified labor, people that are willing to follow and come out and work after a year of being home. That has been the first 2 or 3 months of my business the biggest challenge. But now I'm in a place where we were able to build a nice team of people, hardworking people that come to Via Roma, work hard, and they're happy with what we offer to them and the product that we put out. So the biggest challenge for me was absolutely to find people, qualified people that were willing to put the hours.
Well, You know, when I think of going into business, I think I feel like as an entrepreneur, being a business owner is not for the faint of heart, right?
No, not at all.
It's not easy. And some people think that, oh, I get to, set my own hours and I might not have to work as hard, but
No.
when you leave the workforce,
Yeah.
working the same 40 hours a week.
I always say you can't blame anybody else. You can't blame your superior. You can't blame your boss. You can blame none of that. The only person you can blame if something doesn't work is the person in the middle. So the idea that you have your business and you work less, or it's more relaxed, or you don't have responsibilities, or you can go on vacation whenever you want it, that's a myth. It doesn't exist.
Uh-huh.
Be ready to work 80 hours a week. Be ready to work every holiday. Be ready to work when people have fun. You are at work, making sure they have fun. So no, that's you shouldn't go into business if you have time enough.
And who do you get? Do you have any mentors or other people who are in business?
I do. There's one person that I met when we opened the first restaurant 13 years ago in Maryland, and he was my partner. And he's been a restaurateur in the DC area for the past 40 years. He finally retired a couple of years ago after owning many restaurants, and I owe him most of the things that I learned in this business. He's Italian like me, came here 40 years ago. He worked his way up, being a server all the way to be a restaurant owner and a club owner and a lot of other things. He was very famous in the DC area. And all the little things, especially the things not to do in restaurant business, I learned from him. So I owe him a lot, and I'm very happy that I met him.
Well, it's awesome to hear your story. They keep bringing me food.
That's great.
Well, it's been really great talking to you. I really want to thank you for being, a guest on the show tonight. And I really do wish you luck. Maybe one day, one Thursday, I'll come down there and broadcast the show.
Oh, that would be amazing. That would be amazing.
And we can chit chat and talk to some of your customers too, right?
Yeah, well, here we go. That's a great idea. We'll be honored to have you there at Via Roma.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. I know you got to get back to the business of being customer friendly and serving all that delicious pizza and Italian pasta and all of that stuff. I'm getting kind of hungry. That's why I'm glad I got these little pieces.
Good for you. And don't be scared about the
Hold me over before I come down to Camp Springs.
Don't be scared about the carb. They're not.
Oh, wait. Look, before you go, I got somebody that I want you to see. Hey, Daryl.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
I know that guy.
How's that?
Hello, Delegate Barnes.
That's great. That's great. Look who I have on the show today.
Man, you got some rock stars on the show today.
No, you're the rock. You and Denise are the rock stars of PG County.
Listen, I am so impressed with him. I told him when I first met him that I was going to be a huge advocate and champion for his business. They're doing some amazing things there. I'm looking for the Bi-County Business Roundtable to host an event there because they have a wonderful outdoor patio area, lots of seating, lots of sunshine, and I think people will feel warm and cozy and fresh. And the food is amazing. So if you have not been to Via Roma, I definitely suggest that you attend. And I guarantee you, when you leave there, you're going to say, Daryl Barnes was telling the truth. That is an amazing spot.
Thank you, Mr. Barnes. Thank you, Delegate Barnes. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Hey, Biagio. Daryl, don't go anywhere. Biagio, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you, Denise.
And I'm going to see you down in Camp Springs really, really soon.
All right. Thank you for having me.
All
And
right,
wish you a
guys.
great night. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hey, how you doing out there?
Hey, listen, we are having a good time right now. This is the Bi-County Business Roundtable event. We have business owners coming in. We have some amazing food, some amazing vendors. People are networking. They're sharing ideas. They're talking about how they can make money and become rich. How can they get contracts? Listen, you can't beat it. It's a beautiful day outside. The sun is just perfect. The weather is nice. I got Council Member Mel Franklin on his way in. He's going to say some real good things. I got other business people. So now is the time to come on out and celebrate. They lifted the restriction. As long as you've been vaccinated, come on out and let's have a good time.
Hey, before you go, I got someone I want you to meet.
All right.
This is going to be somebody else that we're going to have at an event.
Yep.
Wait a minute, for some reason I'm getting some feedback, but this is Lynette Jefferies. She is my Desserts Diva. And I'm telling you, if her desserts are as good as they look on the Instagram page,
Thank you.
you ain't going to be able to tell nobody nothing, and you ain't going to be able to have an event without having her there.
Well,
So,
we definitely want Lynette there because, listen, I've heard so much about you and all your stuff that
Thank
we really
you.
want to take advantage of the goodness that you have. So tell us a little bit more about you, Lynette.
My Desserts Diva. By the way, my middle name is Denise. I wanted to tell you that before too. So.
Yay, we love Denise's.
Yeah. So my Desserts Diva, what it is a rebranded dessert company. I've been doing desserts for over 20 years. I've owned a business for approximately 12 years. So I specialize in Southern inspired desserts is the theme of my Desserts Diva. It kind of gives you that nostalgic feel of when you was a kid, when mom or grandma used to make those pound cakes or that sweet potato pie. You definitely can get some of that with my Desserts Diva, peach cobbler, you name it, red velvet. I'm your girl.
Man, you make me want to come down to where you are right now.
I'm in District Heights, not too far away from you.
You're in District Heights?
Yes.
And what's the address?
I forgot to say that.
Address, yeah. So, and I'm Baltimore based, but the business is the retail location, which we just started in February, is 7758 Marlboro Pike. So it's within Beauty Couture.
I think that's District 25.
Yeah. So it's
I will be there next week, and I'm going to partake in some of your desserts, and then I'm going to spread the word and help your business grow.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Absolutely. I'm currently, my hours are Thursday through Saturday, 12 p.m. are the current hours right now. As we open up a little more through the pandemic, I will extend those hours, add some more days, and then probably every other Sunday.
Outstanding. Yep. Well, Lynette, it was a pleasure to meet you. Much success to your business. I know you're going to do some amazing things. Any way that I can be helpful, utilize me as a tool or a resource. But I'm going to leave you in good hands with Denise because I know that she wants to really brag about you and talk about some real good things. I got to get back to my guests. But Denise, thank you so much for letting me be on your show. Keep up the good work. Bye, everybody.
Take care.
All right, thanks.
Thank you. That was a surprise.
I know. This is so fun. Look, so let me just tell you, Lynette. I have a business show that I host on CTV called Level Up. But when the pandemic came down, production was very slow because we only taped once a month. And so when the pandemic came down, the studio shut down a lot of stopped functioning as much. And I said that I wanted to stay connected with small business owners. Look, I'm here. It's loud.
That's okay.
Yeah, I wanted to stay connected with small business owners and find a way to kind of, just keep them in the loop of things. Them, still, promote their business, even though, we're in this time that can seem very dark. But so this is the first time that I've broadcast outside of my home. And so
Okay.
I set it up. I set my cell phone up outside on the terrace. I was like, wow, I'm a real TV production professional.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because I would be, that's not my lane. So
Oh, I know. And, look, and that's my background. That is my background. But
awesome.
I just wanted to talk about you because I've been surfing around Instagram, you know, a lot. And I came across your page and I started looking at those desserts and stuff. And, you know, sweets are like my weakness.
It's the devil, isn't it?
It is the devil. I'm telling you, and then with the pandemic, I don't know how many COVID pounds you may have gotten.
Listen.
You and I'm ready to get. So I'm not sure if coming to your establishment is the right thing, but I don't care because
I always tell people, I always say moderation. Like you cannot not have dessert, right? You gotta have dessert. My new thing is dessert is an expression of gratitude. So we're always grateful, right? So you gotta have dessert, whether it's for you, you're bringing it to a brunch, you know, you got that midnight snack. It's the way the world goes. You gotta have dessert. You gotta have it.
Absolutely. You know, because exactly. So if I'm on a diet or something like that, I'll have a cheat moment if I'm good, like the week or something, right? That was my regimen, but I kind of got off of that regimen a long time. Eat whatever I want to eat. I'm gonna get back on the horse. I'm back in the office full time. Talk about my Desserts Diva, Miss Diva.
Yes, ma'am. And it's funny because go ahead. I'm sorry.
You said you were based in Baltimore. So how did you get started?
I've been doing desserts, like I said, for a long time. And initially, back in 2009, I had a dessert company called J Bell's Tastery. So that was the birth of the dessert company. And that was just an acronym: Jasmine, Brianna, Estasia, Lynette. So my 3 daughters and myself. Did that. I was always, you know, it was behind the scenes. The kids got older. Nobody was really interested in mommy's dessert. You know, they helped during high school and all that good stuff. So I was I never forced my passion and dream on them. And by the time the 3rd person said to me, they said, "We know the desserts are great. People need to know who's behind the dessert." That was always a behind the scenes type thing. I was never really out there. Social media, I was really bringing the social media back then. And so in 2016 is when I did decide to rebrand the company to my Desserts Diva. You know, I was calling myself Dessert Diva, the Dessert Diva. So I looked it up. That was available. I snatched it up even before I started transitioning. And it definitely paid off to make that transition and rebrand the company.
Oh, is that bacon? Goodness. Yes, honey. Thank you. Okay. So how'd you end up in District Heights? Because, you know, that's where I grew up.
District Heights, right. Okay, so Baltimore, I transitioned to Baltimore, and probably 3 years ago, I'm going to say it was probably November of 2016. Are you familiar with the Spice Suite?
Yes.
In Northwest East. Okay, so
I need you to tell her to come on my show.
And she's a busy lady. She's so
too
funny.
big.
She's a very busy woman.
But her stuff looks great.
It's awesome. So eventually I started popping up at the Spice Suite. And then I became one of the Spice Girls. Probably almost not quite 3 years. So that's how I started. So I was in DC doing pop-ups at the Spice Suite. Another young lady, Zen in a Jar, Nikki, she also Spice Girl. So she then secured a space in District Heights within the Beauty Couture. So she had another space, which is the space I'm in now. And this past fall, she asked me, did I want to transition into the space? Because actually with the pandemic, business started picking up. It was getting busier. because a lot of people were ordering online. And then we started transitioning to just the curbside pickups.
Okay.
So even in the midst of this, people still wanted their desserts.
Okay, so with you, so is this your first time being in an actual storefront?
No. When I had the other company, I had a brick and mortar.
Okay.
And with that, now I would tell people, I love seeing it. I love seeing the cute little bakeries and stuff. I'll never do it again. It was an experience, and I say that because you definitely have to have a team. And as previous guest was saying, you have to have that support. And I was doing everything by myself.
Okay.
So I said, it was a lesson. It was fun. I learned a lot of things.
Right.
What I'm currently doing right now is how I love it, because I'm still able to provide desserts, fulfill my passion. But it's kind of on my terms in terms of time.
Okay.
So as he was saying about vacation and stuff, I kind of find a balance in that, because I am gonna take a vacation. I am going to not work 80 hours a week. We work hard, we work hard, but there's a time for me where I have to put some things down and just rest and regroup and, take some time for me or family or what have you. And then there are moments when it's like you're just grind because things have to get done.
Right. When are your busiest times of the
holidays? Like Mother's Day was very busy for me. Mother's Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Valentine's. Generally, those are the heavier holidays that are really super busy. But typically, all year, because birthdays, anything celebratory. Every weekend I'm getting multiple orders for like whole cakes. So within this space, what I do is prepackaged desserts. But people can order their desserts online, or they can shoot an email if they need something customized.
Okay. What do you think is the most difficult thing about being about owning your own business?
Well, I definitely say capital for most people, but if you can get creative, because for me, I always thought that was the biggest struggle, was capital. You gotta, I need capital, but what I've learned through the pandemic is that you can make that money. You can make that money and push your business forward and survive and sustain.
Okay.
And grow. So it's just, I think you got to find what works for you. You got to find that niche and market that, and what works best for you in terms of pushing that business and that platform.
Okay, and so let's talk about that, because the pandemic was so difficult and a lot of businesses didn't make it.
Right.
How were you specifically impacted, and what changes or adjustments did you have to make in your business?
So initially, I almost panicked. I remember the day that they was like, we're shutting everything down. So for me, I'm thinking, okay, now we can't pop up anymore. Where I was popping up anywhere from 4 to 5 times at the Spice Suite in DC. So that was my thing. That was my grind. And when it was coming to the decision that, we're shutting it down, I'm telling you, I almost panicked.
Yeah.
And then I said, no, just think about what you need to do. Yeah. And so I said, okay, I do have the website set up. We have online, because my online was like, that wasn't the heavy hitter. I would have people who will order, but it wasn't what it's doing now, which is actually the direction I wanted it to go. So I just had to get online, clean that website up, and start promoting. Start putting those pictures out that you see, because you put a picture out, people are going to engage. Engage on that content, and that's what really, with everybody having to be home too, a lot of people ordering online was like the main thing a lot of people were doing. So that just kind of pivoted the business. And then I just said, okay, I got to maintain. I have to keep the momentum going. with putting out the content, finding new ways to market and keep my customers engaged.
Okay. So you know what I think about when I think about the pandemic, I know it was very challenging for a lot of people and a lot of businesses, but I like to I like a more motivating factor here. Like it's another challenge in the everyday life of a business, right?
Yeah.
So and what do we do with challenges? We figure it out.
You figure it out, and that's what you have to. And you have so many people that I know that are other entrepreneurs that I'm friends with. Most of us, we figured it out, and it actually it helped grow our businesses. It took us in another direction, maybe, but it helped us to grow. And we're like, wow, and because I say to myself, dang, I should have did that before. I didn't know to do it. I didn't know to do it before. And so this whole opportunity has just allowed me not just to help grow my business. Now I'm in a position where I get product from other Black-owned businesses and women. So like we're supporting each other. So it's like I'm growing. Oh, well, now I can reach out. Hey, let me get this from you and put this in the store. Different things like that. So I'm not mad. I'm mad at it, but I'm not mad at it.
Right. Let me just say, I love a couple of things that just stuck out for me that you just said. And I love that attitude because you said one thing from this opportunity. See, you saw opportunity.
Yes.
It's almost about how you look at it. And the thing is, and then you talked about supporting each other. This is, as my business grew, now I'm able to support other businesses for things that I need my business.
That's what they've done to me. Other businesses have helped me, extended themselves to me. So it's like you pay it forward,
Yes.
You just keep it going. You keep it going.
Yes.
Keep it going.
I love that spirit about you, Lynette. I love it. We need more business owners like you.
Yes, it's a beautiful thing. It's beautiful though. I love it. And entrepreneurship for me is I encourage it. I promote it. I don't tell people because it's not for everybody, right? So I don't say everybody has to be an entrepreneur. But it is one of the best decisions that I made for me. It works for me. The integrity behind being a great entrepreneur. I just can't explain it. It just gives me good vibes, good goosebumps to know that I can create a legacy for myself, for my daughters if they are interested in it, but definitely for those I have grandkids too. So
you don't look like a grandmama. You don't look like a grandma.
Thank you. They're young, but I'm still a grandma. I have 3 grandsons. So I think about those things, the growth of that and also teaching. So they're watching me. And if they're interested, this is something that they too can carry, can carry on. So I'm all for entrepreneurship and support.
And you seem to have a lot of things together because one of the things that I noticed on your Instagram page is that you have the trademark signed by your name. What is that all about?
Well, that is about hopefully, and see, it's been under wraps, mum's the word, but hopefully next week I will have my registered trademark. So, with the pandemic, it's been a long wait, but I've been patiently waiting. So as of April 20th, it was announced publicly, put out that it was out, waiting for XYZ. So I just got another notification. Something came in the mail the other day. So to me, that was a sign that we're almost there. So I think as of the 19th, I should receive my registered trademark. So with that being said, I've always known to use that TM to kind of try to protect the brand. But Angel Anderson of the Spice Week, what she does is she hosts these monthly meetups. One of the meetups we had during the pandemic was with attorneys to teach us about trademarks and copyrights and all that. So I immediately at that point said I needed to invest.
Okay.
I needed to make that investment to protect the brand because you see so many different things going on. You experience so many different things. So that's an investment that I think every business owner, entrepreneur, anybody that has something that you're trying to have ownership to, you don't want to have to end up battling it's mine versus it's theirs. You got to make that investment. So that's what the TM is about. You know, definitely the trademark and get that ownership.
So that's about intellectual property.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. So, and are you do you also trademark like the names of your products, or right now?
So I am in the works with 2 other not necessarily a specific product, but something else that we're working on getting that trademark too, because I have so many of the names, so it's like prioritize. And it's almost like choose your battle, right? Because what's the heavy hitter in terms of what I want to invest in? Because I could say chocolate mocha, you know, if I wanted to trademark that, but would it be worth always trying to fight somebody over chocolate mocha? So that's not a big deal to me, you know. So as far as getting into the desserts, the names, I'm not really interested in trademarking a lot of those. I do have one in particular, but as far as going down the list, that's not a big priority to me.
Okay. I know I asked Biagio this in the last segment about whether or not you've been able to take advantage of any type of government resources, especially in Prince George's County, since your business is
I have not in this area. I have not. I don't, and even in Baltimore, and it's so funny because being in Baltimore, a lot of the things that have been presented are for Baltimore City. I'm in the county. So it's like tooth and nails trying to figure out what's going on for the county. So I'm just now trying to get, my hands on some resources or just looking up to see what's available. Since that I am in this area now, I will definitely start taking a look to see what's available for me.
Okay. Yes, because if you're trying to grow your business, I would suggest getting connected with organizations that have a network of like-minded people, so other business-minded folks, because they can help you grow, you can help them grow, you can grow your network. Another thing that I wanted to know, are you certified? Like, do you have your MBE certifications or your small or local business certifications?
I do not.
Yeah, and we can talk about that offline.
Okay, absolutely.
That's my sweet spot right there. So
okay,
I teach people how to do that. Yeah, because once you get on those certifications and you get on those lists, that's another marketing tool for you. And then you're in the government sector, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
We definitely can have that conversation.
Because I'm gonna come by and I was looking at that strawberry shortcake and I was like, my goodness.
That has become such a favorite. At one point it was the banana pudding cake, but now everybody, I guess because we're in the season, the spring, but those things are flying off the shelf. I have 2 to make tonight actually. For people to come pick up. So people, they place their orders and they pick up also at the store.
Okay. So and I can't wait to stop by. We're gonna talk and I'm gonna like come and see you. Is it a storefront or
it's Beauty Couture is it's a beauty supply store. So there's like 10 or 11 suites. Within the perimeter of because the store is huge. So and there's different businesses that occupy the space, within. So you have the hub and then you have the individual businesses that are within the space.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I think I know. Okay. So you're over there by where the
Roses, right? In the same, turning naturals. Yep, in the same
Okay,
little
okay.
size.
Okay, well, oh, before we go, we getting,
Yes.
you know, I told you this show doesn't always go an hour anyway, but before we go, I wanted to know, do you have any, advice for someone who's chomping at the bit to become an entrepreneur, get ready to start?
Well, anybody know, I'm gonna say go for it. You definitely have to plan. And once upon a time I'd be like, oh, risk. But I say now calculated risk. Because
Yeah.
everything is a risk because we don't know what's on the other side of that. But I definitely say plan and take calculated risks. And just don't give up, because I've been doing this a long time where people have thought, girl, why are you still trying to hold on to this dessert thing? And at this point, it's fine. All of that has paid off. When they say you sow your seeds, they will, you will reap the benefits from that. So I tell people, don't give up. Like you said earlier, things happen in life. You just got to keep going, keep pushing, and have that optimism and that positive mindset. And that's the best advice I can give.
And do you have any mentors in the,
I do. I have a few, because most of the people that I'm around are entrepreneurs. So, of course, Nicole with the Spice Week gang, the women there, we feed off of each other. We bounce ideas off of one another. I do have a girlfriend that's in Richmond, Virginia. We talk. She's an entrepreneur. So, just my kind of immediate circle, we definitely feed off of each other and support and push one another.
Okay. Listen, Lynette, I can't wait to come out there.
Yes, I can't wait to have you. Can't wait to have you. You have to come
But
through.
it's not, and we're gonna do a little video and take a picture.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes,
Eat some dessert.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Hey, do you have, what is your most popular dessert right now?
The pound cake. It could be the pound cake. It could be the bougie nana pudding.
Okay.
You want me to grab it? I can show you. I have
Yes,
some in the
please grab
fridge.
it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
How we do the desserts.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Woo-wee. See, I can't wait to see this. I hope you guys are ready for it.
So this is the bougie nana pudding. So these are the dessert tasty jars. So is what makes it bougie is because I have the salted caramel in it. You see that?
Oh,
So this is a top favorite.
So wait a minute. Is banana pudding in the jar?
Yes. So I do most of the desserts in the jar, like peach cobbler.
Oh my God.
Velvet cake. We had chocolate cake today. We had yellow cake. The strawberry shortcake, everything. And the reason I decided to stick with this with easy transport. So since people are coming and grabbing prepackaged desserts, it's easy. You can repurpose the jar, and it's easy peasy. This pound cake, right? So this is a marble pound cake today.
Okay.
I have the marble. Then I have the vanilla cream cheese, a blueberry pound cake, lemon. This is a heavy hitter right here.
Okay. She's like, this is a heavy hitter right here.
Yeah. So, everything, and it just ties into those southern roots, that southern charm, that southern dessert, where you're closing your eyes and you're eating it. So that's the experience I want each person to have.
Okay, yeah.
My Desserts Diva.
And I was looking at your website. I don't think I saw the peach cobbler. Now that is one of my favorites.
Really, you love peach cobbler? Yes.
I love peach cobbler, especially if it's crusty.
And see, I do everything in layers. So you're gonna have that crust in between, and then that crust on the top with a little cinnamon stick.
And that's in a jar?
Yeah, and those I bake directly in the jar. I can't be telling my secret, but yeah, so that's in the jar.
She's like, I'm telling my secret.
So so that's directly in the jar.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fun.
I think that's it. I think that's what I'm coming to get.
I get the peach cobbler. Okay.
Yes. So I'm gonna give you a call and let you know when I'm coming in there. It's gonna be probably tomorrow. Are you open tomorrow?
I am open tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Check out your hours, and I'm gonna see you soon. Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
Lynette Jefferies, thank you so much for coming on and talking.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Pleasure. And I'm gonna keep up with you, and we're gonna check back in and see how you're doing and how you're growing.
Yes, thank you so much.
One more thing. What is next for my Desserts Diva?
What's next? Other than just some more fun items, because also in the space, it's like a gift boutique as well, right? So I built all these shelves and everything. So I try to let people know I'm just now pushing that with, hey, it's also a one-stop shop, right? We call it
Okay.
So people can come in, like for Mother's Day, a lot of people came and shopped for Mother's Day and grabbed some fun gift items, got bakeware, mugs, different things like that. So in that aspect, I want people to get familiar with that too. One-stop shop, not just for desserts, but anything celebratory that's cute, and just, small gifting items. The one thing I do want to talk to you about, I want to find a way to be more engaging with the community.
Okay.
Because I haven't really been able to put my hand on what that looks like for me. So, I want to be very careful with that, but I know that I need to, on that level, give back. I just haven't found anything that I can grab a hold to and start getting interactive with that. But that's something I'm interested in.
Lynette, I'm gonna come and take you by the hand, and I'm gonna help you with that.
Okay, awesome.
Okay. All right.
I appreciate that.
I'm so looking forward to tomorrow. You will get a text from me.
Okay, I'll be waiting for it. I'll be here.
Because I took on work tomorrow, so I'm coming.
I will be here.
All right. You have a good evening. You take care.
You too. Thank you so much for having me. Take care.
Okay. All right. You too.
Bye-bye.
And that's our show for today. If you missed this awesome segment of All Things Small Business, all you got to do is go on Facebook and YouTube at I Am Denise G. Smith and click the play button, because these were two great business owners here in Prince George's County. And I love supporting our businesses here in Prince George's County. I'm here every week. We're going to be here next week. So I want to just say thank you to all my guests, Biagio Cepollaro and Lynette Jefferies. We wish you all the success and the best on your businesses, and we're going to keep up with you. We're going to, as a community, we're going to come together and we're going to support our small businesses. If you are not here down at the Staybridge Suites where I am right now, you need to get here. We got one more hour. It's a nice little reception being hosted by the Bi-County Business Roundtable with Daryl Barnes. So make your way on down here, because they got some really good food. It's some really good business people out here, and we are excited, and you get to network. So I'm going to sign off now, and I'm going to say thank you again for tuning in, and make sure you follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and YouTube, because that's where you can go and get some tips, frequent tips on how to be successful in your business here in the county and in general. So I'm signing off. See you next week.